Throughout the long history of life on Earth, our planet has experienced several mass extinction events. These catastrophic episodes, caused by everything from asteroid impacts to volcanic eruptions and dramatic shifts in climate, have wiped out vast swaths of species in relatively short geological timeframes. The most famous of these, the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event, ended the age of the dinosaurs some 66 million years ago and cleared the way for mammals, and eventually humans, to rise. Now, with growing concerns about climate change, biodiversity loss, and the ever-present possibility of cosmic or geological disasters, a profound question emerges. Could humanity survive the next mass extinction? To answer this, we must first understand what a mass extinction truly entails. By scientific definition, a mass extinction is a period in which at least 75% of all species on Earth disappear in a geologically short time, often less than 2 million years. The causes have varied, but the consequences have always been dramatic. Entire ecosystems collapsed, the food web shattered, and the survivors left to adapt to a radically different world. For humans, survival would depend on a multitude of factors, from our technological capabilities to the resilience of our societies and the adaptability of our bodies and minds. Unlike other species, humanity possesses tools and knowledge no other life form has wielded. Technology, agriculture, medicine, and an unprecedented ability to manipulate our environment have allowed us to inhabit nearly every corner of the globe. We are not confined to a single ecosystem or dependent on a narrow range of foods. Our societies are interconnected, and our cumulative knowledge, written, digital, and shared across continents, means that no disaster would erase all that we know. These strengths, however, are double-edged. Our dependence on complex global systems, food supply chains, energy grids, communication networks, could also be our Achilles heel in the face of a true global catastrophe. Consider the possible causes of the next mass extinction. Climate change, currently unfolding due to human actions, is already pushing thousands of species toward oblivion. If left unchecked, it could alter weather patterns, disrupt agriculture, raise sea levels, and make vast regions uninhabitable. Mass extinctions in the past have been triggered by rapid climate shifts, and there is little doubt that a sufficiently severe and fast change could challenge even humanity's adaptability. Another threat comes from cosmic events. An asteroid impact, for example, could unleash firestorms and block out sunlight with dust, plunging the planet into a nuclear winter scenario. This too has happened before, most notably during the event that ended the reign of the dinosaurs. In such a scenario, photosynthesis would halt, crops would fail, and the food chain would collapse. Modern humans, however, have some unique advantages. Our ability to predict, mitigate, and perhaps even prevent such disasters. We track asteroids, invest in early warning systems, and, at least in theory, could develop ways to deflect incoming objects. Volcanic supereruptions present a similar threat, capable of spewing vast amounts of ash and gas into the atmosphere, again blocking sunlight and disrupting climate. The eruption of the Toba supervolcano nearly 74,000 years ago may have caused a genetic bottleneck in early human populations, but our ancestors ultimately survived. Today, our numbers, geographic spread, and technology give us a better chance, but the scale of disruption would be profound. Then there are threats of our own making: nuclear war, engineered pandemics, or runaway artificial intelligence. These scenarios are unique to our era, products of our ingenuity, but also our hubris. In the event of a global nuclear war, fallout could make large parts of the planet uninhabitable, and nuclear winter could devastate agriculture. An engineered pathogen might spread faster and more lethally than anything nature has produced. In these cases, survival would depend not just on our resources, but on our wisdom, foresight, and ability to cooperate under extreme stress. So, could we survive? The answer is complex. On one hand, humans are remarkably adaptable. Our ancestors survived ice ages, droughts, and migrations across hostile landscapes. We have learned to build shelters, grow food, and treat disease. Today, we can store seeds, preserve knowledge, and even contemplate leaving Earth itself. Small, isolated human populations might survive even the worst catastrophes, especially if they are prepared, living in remote or protected areas with stockpiles of food and knowledge. But survival at scale, preserving the achievements of civilization, the diversity of cultures, and the fabric of society, is a far greater challenge. Modern civilization is deeply interconnected and reliant on stable conditions. A global collapse of agriculture, for example, would unleash famine, migration, and conflict on an unprecedented scale. The loss of pollinators, the acidification of oceans, or the collapse of fisheries could tip the balance. In such times, the resilience of communities, the adaptability of governments, and the willingness to cooperate across boundaries would determine whether humanity endures as a fractured remnant or rises to rebuild. There are reasons for hope. We are the first species to understand in real time the dangers we face. We can model future scenarios, plan for contingencies, and invent solutions. Seed vaults in the Arctic preserve the genetic diversity of crops. Scientists and policymakers collaborate to monitor pandemics and develop vaccines. International treaties, although imperfect, exist to reduce the risk of nuclear war and environmental collapse. Private and public initiatives look to space as a potential refuge, with the dream of colonies on the Moon or Mars as a last resort. Yet our greatest challenge may be psychological and cultural. Surviving a mass extinction would require not just physical adaptation, but a transformation of our values. A shift from short-term exploitation to long-term stewardship, from individual competition to collective resilience. The ability to imagine a future beyond crisis, to invest in the well-being of generations yet unborn, may be as important as any technology. In the end, humanity's fate in the next mass extinction, should it come, will not be determined by fate or luck alone. It will be the result of choices made today and in the years ahead. By learning from the past, investing in resilience, and fostering a culture of cooperation and foresight, we can tip the scales in our favor. The story of life on Earth is one of renewal and rebirth after catastrophe. If we are wise, adaptable, and united, humanity may not just survive the next mass extinction, but emerge from it stronger, more compassionate, and ready to write the next chapter in the saga of life on Earth.